Hello, my goddesses. It is Gwendolyn, your high priestess over here at the Temple of Venus, coming to you with another video today. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's video is going to focus on how to be the main character and understanding that your main character energy is really your goddess energy. So I think that first of all, before you can even be a main character, you have to know who you are. You have to know who you want to be and who you're manifesting and who you're becoming. And if you're not sure of it, I want you to think about somebody that you really like or that you have some sort of proximity to, maybe somebody like 6 degrees away from you that you really admire how they live. And I mean, I don't really want to go into social media influencers for that, but you could probably use a social media influencer. And then I want you to journal about what it is that you like about them. Do you like the way that they dress? Do you like where they're traveling to? Because you're not going to be them, but you have the right to explore the earth the way that they explore the earth. And that might be what you're actually looking for, how to explore this earth like them. So when you decide that you are going to be your main character, you have to first identify who are you, who you're going to become, and then you have to practice being that person every day. And so that practice might look like you first, only are this person in your house, right? Like you dress like them, you talk like them, you emulate them, and then you talk to them in the mirror because you're manifesting that person, but you have to also get into your subconscious mind. So you're going to look like them in the mirror. Like you're going to talk like them in the mirror. Because it's going to go into your mind and reprogram your mind for who you're become. Um it's a little bit of delusion that you're going to have to create. Like you're going to have to become delusional about yourself because you're in a position of your life where you're looking to change, right? And you're looking to become that main character self. Um, so you have to be more intentional about how you present yourself and how you choose to live your life. So sometimes when we walk into a room, we can feel small in that room. I'm so sorry, my screen just went crazy. You could feel small in a room, but that doesn't mean that it's you. That could just mean that you're now disconnected from your divinity, right? So you have to find yourself, you have to find your way back to yourself by remembering who you are. And that was in the past. And so now you're going to work on practicing walk into the room and carrying that main character energy because I get it. As women, sometimes, we get to be like sub characters in everybody's story, but you're allowed to think very highly of yourself. Why not? Um, when you're a main character, I want you to imagine yourself as your ideal goddess. So this was actually really fun for me to create because I have a list of goddesses here that I wanted to talk to you about. So I believe that like there is not just one form of a goddess, right? Like for me, I consider myself the high priestess goddess of the Temple of Venus. And why I consider that to be my identity is because I feel like I embody all the other things myself, but the part that I am most proud of would have to be my spiritual awareness and my desire to connect to people spiritually. But there's some other goddess archetypes that I wanted to help you so you could help you find your own goddess archetype. So the first one would be the lover girl. So the lover girl really values beauty and she enjoys being like she enjoys having like a pleasureful life. She likes to romanticize her life a little bit. She tends to feel deeply. If this resonates with you, you are a lover girl. So you tend to move with softness. Um your beauty is what you consider powerful. Um and you enjoy spirituality aspects. But the other side of being a lover girl is that like you seek validation in places where you shouldn't. You can be over exerting and over giving of yourself, and you can lose yourself for the sake of attention. But you have to reprogram yourself by saying that I enjoy the experience of love, but I don't beg. And it's okay for you to be a lover girl who like desires generosity from the world, affection, and enjoys being adored. That's totally fine, but don't trade it for like your own personal self. Um, and then the next archetype would be the queen. The queen, this one is a baddie, has authority. She stands on business. I feel like this queen person probably shows up for you more when you're like at work, if I could guess where this is. So you have really strong standards. You protect your space and your time and speak directly, and you expect reciprocity. So you're limiting how many people are around you that get to have access to you. You don't think you have to explain everything. At least for me, this archetype tends to show up when I'm at work. Like I am somebody who I do not really engage with too many people at my job because I'm there to do my job and go home. So that can come off a little bit as coldness, control, isolation. Um, so you want balance queen energy. So your mindset should be more like I am warm, but I am available for the chaos. Yes. Main character energy requires queen energy. Um, you cannot be the center of your story if you over explain, over apologize, and over tolerate. The queen does not shrink to be distinguishable. And then there's the one that I believe that I resonate with the most is the high priestess. And I tend to be very observant, which I definitely am. Feels before acting, trust patterns. I also think that that's part of my ADHD because I'm really good at like observing patterns, and protects my inner peace, definitely. I don't overshare, and I just told y'all that I don't. She does not argue to be understood, doesn't need to prove her worth. But the downside of it, for me, even, even in my main character self, is that sometimes I do isolate. But in order for me to like create this channel, in order for me to do my artwork and all the things, I have to be in isolation because I have to have time and space to be creative. And sometimes I am overthinking. Um, but a balanced priestess energy would say, I do not need to react to everything. And sometimes I do. Okay. You are not powerful if you're always reactive. You're powerful if you're centered. The priestess energy is the emotional sovereignty. Then there is the warrior. Um this one, I'm so sorry. I'm like kind of sick, so I don't know if I'm kind of nasally, and I apologize for that. But this one, she studies when she doesn't feel like it, goes to the gym anyway, builds when she's sad, protects her future self. I definitely know that like I got some warrior girls here that are like 5 a.m. disciplined girlies that show up at 5 a.m. every day to show up for themselves all the time. So big ups to you. But the shadow side or the downside of that can be the burnout, the rigidity, and the emotional suppression. So to help you with that, my balanced warrior, you say I move forward, but I listen to my body. Warrior in you is how you build your wealth, you build skill, you build stability, and you build independence. Because your soft life also deserves structure. Then there is the creative, and the creative sees what does not exist. They imagine, they design, they launch, they evolve. You're not afraid to be seen, not afraid to build, you're not afraid to want more. But the thing is about that personality would be that you're overwhelmed, starting too many things, uh, identity tied to outcome, but a balanced creative says, I create from alignment, not chaos. So your main character energy is to create authorship, You are not just surviving, but you are designing. So the goddesses that we brought up here that have the main character energy. Now keep in mind that this is all just for fun, okay? So don't take this with all a grain of salt. Is the lover that gives magnetism. The queen gives you standards. The priestess means that you have depth. The warrior gives you momentum. The creative gives you legacy. If you take all of those pieces together, if you combine all of them, you have the Temple of Venus, because these are all the different goddesses that are here. So, ways to activate your goddess energy. First, you're going to start off by romanticizing the ordinary days. I want you to wake up in the morning, and whoever that you identify as, whoever that you're going to be, you have to start practicing becoming that person and being that person. So speak in declarative sentences. Be careful what comes out of your mouth, because whatever that you think is coming out of your mouth is valid and it is true. So if there's life and death in the power of the tongue. So when you're saying these things, even jokingly, sometimes I don't think that your mind or the universe understands jokes. It understands commands. So when you say something, it's like writing it on paper. Like when you write something on paper, some people can't tell that it's a joke. So make sure that whatever you're saying about yourself and who you are, you declare it. And then next you want to create rituals. So something that I like to do is I journal a lot about who I want to become, then my next level, my next thing that I want to do in my life. Or if you're somebody that likes to go to the gym, but create a ritual around your goddess character. Oh, stop narrating yourself negatively. Yeah, stop talking about yourself negatively, because I mean the world is already hard enough. You can't fight your own mind too. So we really do have to like challenge our thoughts. And if you struggle with that, then I suggest you get a therapist, because cognitive behavioral therapy definitely helps. It's helped me protect your nervous system. Especially if you're somebody who is in the dating world or trying to build friendships. A lot of times we like to like blame people for things if they're not aligned with who we are. And I don't know if it's the fact that I'm turning 40 that I've drawn this conclusion, but it's okay for people not to like you. It's okay for you not to like people. It's okay for you to move on and say, okay, well, this doesn't serve me anymore. So I'm going to get up and walk away, instead of making it like a huge deal or a big deal. Sometimes it's okay to just walk away. So move slowly and intentionally. You have the right to like assess your environment, do what you think is best for you, and move with intention. Oh, choose environments that elevate you. This is a big one. So now I'm not a millionaire by any chance, not yet. Um, but I feel like I'm really good at picking spaces that, like, even if I'm there for like an hour, 2 hour, just to like absorb like the quality of life that that environment might entail. I really enjoy that, to move into these the new spaces, whether it be upscale art galleries or fashion shows, or choose environments that reflect who you are. Because a goddess does not wait to be chosen, she always chooses. Well, that is it, guys. I thought this video was kind of fun. I'm snowed in, so I figured that like I'd make a video. And I feel like I'm coming down with something, but I always get a little sick around this time. Okay, well, guys, leave me a comment below and let me know what you think of the video, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm probably gonna do like 2 more videos, so just keep your heads up. Okay, bye.